So there's a big difference, okay, in what USADA is doing and what VADA is doing. VADA is far more stringent. Now, I'm going to also point out there is a huge problem with VADA testing as well. And what that is they only test for periods of time agreed upon by the fighters and promoters and whoever's going to pay for it before a fight. So that could be 5 weeks, that could be 8 weeks, that could be 12 weeks, depends upon what they negotiate. And then the frequency of testing that they do, that's all negotiated as well. So, in one fight that would be Benavidez versus Andre, well, there was only 6 weeks worth of testing. But when you have Spence and Crawford, there was 12 weeks worth of testing.
Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford.
So let's talk about that for a minute. Okay. So you said, well, look, he contradicted himself. I see one place he said 12 weeks, another place he said 8 weeks. What is it? You got to understand that when I'm saying things, this reminds me of
That's it right there. That's it right there on the screen, Vic. That's your tweet when you said about 8 weeks of camp.
8 weeks. I can tell you that it was 8 weeks. I can confirm that now. And let me tell you how I can prove that what I said on your show that day, and maybe at the beginning of the negotiation, I'm always pushing for 12 weeks. Okay. Terrence agreed. That's what we were trying to make happen. We couldn't make that happen. Okay. You know why? Because Al Heyman doesn't like me.
Most people want to know your position with VADA. I do recall you saying in the past, a couple of years ago in an interview, that you, when VADA first was starting out, you recommended some of your personal contacts who were qualified as doping DCOs. We call them DCOs.
No, way beyond doping control officers.
Well, I mean,
what I brought to VADA was Dick Pound, the founding chairman from Canada of WADA, the World Anti-Doping Agency, founded in 1999. Okay. So once I became an anti-doping advocate, I met initially with the executives from USADA, including Rich Young, who is a co-author of WADA. Then Dick Pound reached out to me, and I flew to New York and met with him. And for years, I worked with WADA, helping them, actually finding designer substances on the dark side and delivering those to a WADA-accredited lab in Canada. So Dick Pound knows that I'm the real deal. He knows that I sat for 3.5 hours with him and an attorney who ascribed everything and gave him a wealth of information about how to improve anti-doping on a global scale.
And so you refer
he's the one that reached out to, originally it was called DMT. They're based out of Sweden. But I was using a different doping control officer organization in the beginning. And then also to Christiania at the laboratory, which is the main lab in Canada. But ultimately, they ended up doing business with in Los Angeles, and now they do business with the Smyrtle lab that's in Salt Lake City. But those contacts, meaning hooking up Margaret Goodman with Dick Pound, that I'm the one that made that hookup. Yes,
right.
So I did play a role.
Right. So you played the role in that. Some of the DCOs, you probably referred them as well. You played the role in referring those DCOs to represent, VADA's process of collection as well, because you are the one, by your own admission, that, set the meeting with her, Margaret Goodman, the former ringside physician of the Nevada State Athletic Commission.
Let's talk about that for a minute. I want to pitch stop
right Let me ask my question, Vic. Hold on 1 second. I don't want the audience to get lost in translation. So because you set up the meeting with her and Dick from Canada, and obviously the DCOs that represent the collection of the specimens for VADA, some people may get the impression, and I need you to clarify this stuff because this is one of the biggest topics on this channel, your involvement, your intricate involvement with VADA. In other words, you set up the meeting with her and Margaret and Dick and all of these people that still represent VADA. People think you own VADA, or you have a stake in VADA, or you represent VADA as a conflict of interest.
That's a misconception. Complete misconception. Boxing is the red light district. Boxing is a crazy world. Okay, you know this as a business person. That's so true. Am I wasting my time? Is Margaret Goodman wasting her time? Is Flip Omansky wasting his time? I don't know. We're fighting the good fight. I don't know how to put it.
Well, somebody could misinterpret this, and I definitely need you to clarify, because this is the 5th time. Twice you said it on this interview and 3 times in the last one. You used the word we. I asked you in the last piece that we did, are you intricately involved in VADA? Of course, you said no, but you used the word we 5 times. Can you clarify?
Because by we, I mean any and everybody involved in the anti-doping movement in boxing. That's the we.
So I'm a part of the we.
So you're a part of the we.
The Roll the Tape film crew members that's watching live in living color, they're a part of the we.
That's what I mean. I have no financial interest. Now, have I not disclosed that on a number of occasions that I have sponsored boxers